Hey everyone, part 2 of the review and article on Anime NYC 2024. We are in my favorite section of any con, the Artist Alley. Normally, any con I do as an Artist Alley, do a straight line for it. And Anime NYC, now you can actually hear me better. First time here, first time at Javits Center. I had an idea. I actually went into this really cold, which is not something a journalist never wants to admit, but I do. But I'm glad I did. When I walked in about 10:15 this morning, 10:20 this morning, 10:30, somewhere around there, I was blown away. You know, and I mean that in every sense of the term. I didn't know what to expect walking in. I walk in, DJ cranking out, people all around. Everywhere you look, you're like, okay, where do I start? Now, I did look at the map previously, but it just gave me, in like the vendor list and everything, and the website, it did not even come close to giving me an idea of what to expect. Anime NYC is right off. I mean, I've got to point this out. My knowledge of anime dates back to the 1980s when I was growing up. Akira, Vampire Hunter D, the original, Star Blazers, Speed Racer the cartoon, stuff like that. But anime has evolved so much, and even in the one day I've been here, this is actually day 3 and it's winding down. It's after 3 o'clock and ends at 5. I've learned a lot just looking at the art, talking to people, talking to the artists, talking to vendors. I've learned a lot and updated my knowledge a lot about Japanese anime. So even if you're not into it, or you thought, yeah, you know, I've seen 1 or 2, it looks cool. Trust me, there's so much more, and this is a great place to learn it. I wanted to come here on Sunday for the first time for a specific reason. Anytime I go into a new event, especially a huge one like this, I always like to try to hit Sunday. You know, I avoid Saturday because of it's packed. So I always like to get a good feel of the layout and just get a good feel of the event. Today was the perfect day to do it. Yeah, it's packed here. There's a lot of people here, but from what people have told me, including other members of the press, Saturday it was wall to wall, which is what I expected. But now going back to something I just previously mentioned, there's so much more. Play NYC, which normally has their own individual event. This is the first year that they were here at an Anime NYC instead of having their own event. So there's gaming, and when I say gaming, I'm not only talking tabletop and video. They actually have a full arcade here. So as you can tell, cosplay. There's a section, check the photos, a section upstairs specifically dedicated to cosplay, which an event like this you expect. But it's an essential part of the event. They have panels, which I didn't have. I wasn't even going to attempt because I knew the time frame. And I knew, okay, I'm probably going to kill over an hour, probably over half the time just walking around getting the layout and the feel of it. You have celebrities, you have autographs, you have so much. Anime NYC has so many different elements and aspects to it that it's literally, I mean, I was here like after 2 hours, it's like, okay, whether I see credentials or whether I come here, this is already on my list for next year, or whether I buy a pass, this is a 2-day event. I was able to walk around and cover the whole thing in 1 day, but to truly experience it, I want 2 days. And I would have like two or three other events I would have no problem, but not even first thought, about spending the money on a 1 or a 2 day pass here. Not a problem, not even a first thought. I will drop my own money to attend Anime NYC. So that should tell you a lot, because there's a very obscenely, incredibly short list for that category, as you can tell. And another thing about the layout here is great. I love to point out the layout and what, moving around from one section to another. Technically 4 floors. Javits is like confusing with the layout to begin with, but technically 4 floors of the Javits Center. But everything's broken down into sections. Like right here, you have vendors in Artist Alley. Sorry about that. You have the vendors in the Artist Alley. You have a section with the panels. You have upstairs with cosplay, food court, and the guests and like the autographs and the celebrities are kept on the outside in the perimeter, which is a great concept because it keeps the line, it keeps the lines from interfering with the main crowd and the main flow. So I'm going over on this. So the overall flow of this and the overall layout and technical side and when you're walking around is excellent. I'm winding this out because I'm like hitting the 7-minute mark and I try to keep it short. Anime NYC, Michael Phoenix, founder staff, Fire City Illusion, from its home, New York City, here at the Javits Center. To your family and friends, please stay safe. And wishing you only the best and much success in your lives. And hopefully from this review and the film and the short video clips, you have an idea of what it's like to actually be here. And you definitely, for 2025, place this on your list, no matter where you live in the country or the world. If you can make it to New York City, this has to be one of your top #1 events to attend.